Agentic AI.
So you'll see in all of these slides, we've got a structure, the premise, the status, and what we're watching. And with Agentic AI, this is almost sort of a prediction for 2024 that Agentic AI will go from being something that people talk about as being the sort of one of the ultimate goals of AI to something that we actually see and use as consumers. And that will actually happen relatively quickly. And you'll see on the right the demonstration of Gemini's dynamic programming, which we ran through last month. And what we're pulling out with Agentic AI is we're going to go from our relationship with generative AI being sort of the chat GPT, a prompt window, you put something in, it gives it back to you, to being where you actually get AI to go away and do things for you. And this is at the first side of it is thinking about the personal generative AI assistant. But what really happens is that we're defining agenticness in a system as being the degree to which a system will adaptively achieve complex goals in a complex environment with limited direct supervision. So these agentic systems that have been sort of latent, and a lot of this stuff is happening kind of behind the scenes in a really patchwork way. In 2024, I think we're likely to see these being brought together into systems and into products. Now, the one of the things that's really important to understand about Agentic AI is usefulness and harm kind of go lockstep. So, for example, you could decide that you want to make a New York cheesecake, and you have no idea how to make a New York cheesecake. But you say to your agent, I'd like to make a New York cheesecake. Can you help me make that? And what an agentic AI does is not just give you an image and not just give you a recipe. An agentic AI could go out and actually do the shop for you, go online, order things, get them delivered. And that usefulness is, of course, something that can go wrong pretty quickly. You could find that AI has actually bought you a ticket on a plane to New York. With an unrefundable ticket, for example. So these are hypothetical examples that are very close to being put into products. They're not quite there yet. We see with Gemini the very early stages of a new type of search that is giving hints of agency and agentic AI. And we've seen GPT-4 Vision in particular be used to go and follow websites, and like a human clicking on things, the vision model being used to click on and navigate tasks across the web. But 2024 will see these capabilities actually be productized in ways that feel really fast. It'll feel like suddenly they're there. So we're watching the science, the publications, the research, and the early adoption of similar kinds of agents, things that are showing this complexity, this autonomous but constrained, helpful behavior. We will see it probably first in some of these search activities, but the big open question in my mind is how this is going to flow out to developers and people who write code all the time, because there's so much of what happens in the use of generative AI and coding that's still in the world of copy paste. I ask for something, I copy it, I put it into my stuff. And that automation process is so lending itself to true agentic AI. So I think that's going to be something that will change a lot this time next year. We'll be looking back saying, wow, that changed even more than we thought, and in some kind of unexpected way. So that's why we're watching these early adoptions.